how are you? Welcome back. This is the Wizard's Guide podcast, your guide to all things Wizards Unite. My name is Britt, and here I've got the sexiest little magi-zoologist this side of the Mississippi.
Newt Scamander.
Or Mike.
Mike. What's up, guys? Mike here.
Yeah, so today we've got a lot to get into, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to be reviewing September's Community Day. We're going to talk about the upcoming Brilliant event, and we're going to talk about this update. This is a big update with a ton of stuff packed into it, so we're going to go through that as well.
Lots of quality of life enhancements with this update, so I'm pumped for that, for sure. So let's first jump into the Community Day review. This happened this past Saturday. What did we think overall about it, babe? How did you feel about the Community Day experience?
Okay, so I know that Community Day got a lot of crap, but I enjoyed Community Day. Actually, when we were playing it, I was like, this is my favorite Community Day that we've had thus far. And I would like to just say, starting out, that just because we have been sponsored in the past by WB does not mean in any way, shape, or form that I don't feel comfortable giving my real feedback.
Right.
And when we met them again at FanFest, they reiterated that. Yep. Give us honest feedback. So if other people are complaining about Community Day, that's, whatever. My personal experience was that I enjoyed it.
Right. We actually had a few conversations with several members of Niantic and WB at FanFest, and like Britt said, they actually encouraged us to be honest about our experiences with the game. So don't think that just because we've had a couple sponsored events that we've been able to attend, that, it's somehow skewing things, because they want to hear Brittany's hot takes and spilling tea everywhere.
The only thing that skews things for me is cookies.
Oh, okay.
If WB started providing me with cookies, that could change things.
Cookies.
But as of right now, all I got was Erumpent Horns.
So far, no cookies, but Erumpent Horns definitely made it a little more exciting.
Yeah, I found a plethora of Erumpent Horns that I was not expecting to find.
Yeah, I think this was part of the event that they decided to kind of keep a surprise. It's something that you easily found pretty quickly when the event started, that Erumpent Horns started spawning a little bit more frequently. Well, a lot more frequently, because I've never seen them spawn in the wild before this event. But we were able to collect several of them.
And a lot of people I saw complaining that they did not find any, which was surprising to me. Now, we did not play in the city for this Community Day because of Baby.
That's surprising. I mean,
maybe it's where we were playing.
I mean, we got double-digit horns, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
During the event. I mean,
Lots of them.
It was to the point where I started considering, like, okay, I think I have enough horns now.
Because we don't brew a lot of those potions, so.
Yep, another kind of surprising thing that happened during the Community Day is they advertised that Extimulo, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Potions, we're going to have half brew time, which to us indicated that the potent Extimulo potion was going to be like 4 hours instead of 8.
Right.
But instead, it was cut down.
Did I misread something?
Right.
When I put one in, and I realized, like, after I did my master notes, it was like just like an hour or something. I was like, I'm real sorry that I complained so much about that.
Yeah, I think with the master note, it dropped it down to an hour. So, I mean, that was surprising, which was cool because we were able to rack up on, a little bit more of the potent potions.
Potent potables.
Potions. Potent potables. We were able to rack up on the potent potables a little bit more than we thought. Initially, we were like, well, we'll be able to brew like 3. Throw them in. Anyway.
But we were able to fit a lot more in. I was real happy about that.
Yep. One thing you brought up to me yesterday that I didn't even really think about until yesterday when you brought it up is that they have multiple kind of rare spawns in
that family.
Mysterious Artifact family. One of those being the Philosopher's Stone.
Right, which I really could have used to prestige that page. That's okay.
You saw one actually yesterday, just randomly.
Just hanging out in the front yard. I'm like, look at this little beaut. Just hanging out in the front yard.
So
don't mind if I do.
We loved the time turners. I thought that was cool. It was that we were able to get that into our registry, which was a big thumbs up.
It was, and we got a ton of XP with Barufios on. It was like, I don't know, 1,100 per time turner. So I almost didn't even want to go after the other stuff because I was killing it on those time turners, but I had recently prestiged that page again, so I was trying to balance it, but that 1,200 XP was looking so mighty fine.
I needed some honky horns to get in there
little
to prestige.
Honkers.
Little honky horns that come out of that box and, they multiply. I needed 2 more of those throughout the entire event to prestige that page.
You never found them, did you?
And I never found them. I was like, oh.
I will say that's not the correct word. I have nicknames for basically every foundable.
Yeah.
Honkers is not the correct word.
Honky horns is not right, or squeakers, I think is what I was calling.
You call them squeakers. I call them honkers.
So do we think the variety of the spawns could have been a little bit more spiced up? You saw the Philosopher's Stone and you're like, well, wait a second. This was a rare spawn in this family too. Why didn't we see more of this?
I mean, I would have appreciated it. Again, I liked it for the sake of XP, but it would have been nice to have had some variety and be able to sticker a couple of those in my sticker book. But
were the spawns all on the same page from the event? Is that what happened? I'm thinking that in the registry, the special spawns that happened during Community Day all were on the same page.
Let me look that up. Go on, and I'll look that up. I'll let you know.
If that's the case, though, then they are doing what we kind of thought originally, is they're focusing on one page of the registry to kind of highlight, which is cool. But if not, then it's just random. Then whatever. But that's fine. But I think that could be why we didn't see any of the Philosopher's Stones in the spawns. So we also got a complimentary gift with this event, which they seem to be that seems to happen every event, which is nice. They're giving us some free stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about what was in that gift on the last episode, but essentially it promoted more of the Extimulo potions.
Extimulo.
There you go. I said it wrong. Where you get some ingredients and a couple of those Extimulo potions for your inventory. They also had an SOS bundle, which seemed like it really wasn't worth the money or the gold to purchase it. I think it was 200 gold for 3 Extimulo.
You got it. Extimulo potions.
1 trace detecting potion and 10 spell energy. So it didn't really entice me too much. Mainly the spell energy. There's energy everywhere. So,
right. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Just fun fact. No, the stuff came from all 3 of the pages, the Mysterious Artifact pages. So it wasn't just one.
Gotcha. So they just chose not to.
I don't know why. Unless maybe it was our area. Did y'all see?
Yeah, Philosopher's Stones. Did y'all
somewhere
see
else.
That?
We did not. So, I did spend money, real people money, but I did not spend it on the special little SOS bundle. I spent mine, like I said on last week's episode, on extra energy slots. I was so excited about there being energy all over the map, the spell energy, that I was like, I'm gonna spend my money up in my purse.
That's right.
I'm gonna open my purse up and pop a few more in there. So I did. I spent $10. So did Mike.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm rich. And then I was like, oh, I'm poor. It went really fast.
I went up from, I think, 160 spell energy slot capacity to 230 or 225.
245-ish right now, I think. So about the energy on the map, that was cool. By far my favorite part of this Community Day event. As people who play in a small town and our ends are very spread out, this was fantastic.
For sure.
Usually we try to go down to Nashville for Community Day, but with the baby that's hard right now. So having the energy available on the map kept me from running out, and I loved having that. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I think it's a huge improvement for the event, to where you don't have to worry about being stationed at an inn to experience the day. You're able to get that energy wherever you are. I mean, it was popping up pretty frequently, and you're getting pretty large chunks at a time. I think you're getting 3 to 5 each.
Well, it depended. It's just like at an inn. So sometimes it was 1 and sometimes it was 5.
Yep.
So that was fantastic.
I think it was great. Yeah, go ahead.
Was this a hint towards a possible rework of the entire spell energy system? That has been a chief complaint since the get-go. Is that maybe what this was about? Or do you think maybe they'll just do this for Community Day, or were they trying it out?
You know, it seemed odd to me. Just the idea of that being added in for this Community Day, that, you know, you have the additional energy you can get from the inns, but then randomly to have these spawn on the map almost seemed like they were testing this. I almost feel like they were saying, let's see what the response is to having these spawn out in the wild, because they have potion ingredients, you know, they have items that spawn out in the wild. What if we switch that to energy in some regard? And how would that go with the game base, the players? And to me, I thought it was awesome. I think especially for role players, that I think they're the podunk players. I think that they are gonna they enjoyed that, and I hope.
I mean, I would love it. I'm so torn though. I like that it requires you to get out and go and find an inn and get energy. I like that aspect of the game, but as somebody who's now feeling a lot more homebound than I used to, it would be really, really fantastic. I would be able to play longer. I
think it would help new players too. I think new players coming into this game, because they use the term energy, it's just assumed that it regenerates automatically. And then when they find out they actually have to go find a landmark location to get that energy, it's kind of off-putting for people that maybe haven't played Pokemon Go. And to have then energy pop up on their map for them wherever they are, I feel like it's a good trade-off.
Well, they haven't had a chance to build up their energy storage yet as well. So I can play longer because I have 245 energy slots. So I can go a lot longer before I have to go find inns again. But when you're starting out with 80?
Yeah.
If you're not in a city, that's tough. But even then, if you're in a city, there's so many spawns that you're running out just as quickly there. So
yeah, I feel like it just seemed odd to me that was part of the event. There wasn't really any storyline element or reason for it to be spawning on the map. I feel like they were using it to test out. I'm totally down with the idea that it may be hinting towards a rework of the energy system.
TheSylph, friend of ours, a fellow WooTuber, did a video about this, so go check that out.
Yeah, go check Malcolm's channel out, TheSylph, on YouTube. He produces a lot of great content and is definitely worth the watch. And
has a really cool accent.
Yes, he does have a cool accent.
That's how I pick my YouTubers.
That's right. Gotta have an accent.
Now, it would be hard for us to review Community Day without mentioning the issue that's all over Twitter and all over YouTube right now, which was the sponsored inns.
Fortresses.
The sponsored fortresses rewarding double challenge XP during that event time. We did not play a single fortress. Nope. I don't know how we missed that. We completely forgot to do that. And we were kidless, and we still managed to forget.
We even talked about trying to get some of the mysterious artifact fragments out of the fortresses before the event ended, and it just kind of went over our heads, and we completely forgot to even do the fortress battles. But supposedly there was a bonus for going to these sponsored fortresses, and you were able to get quite a bit more challenge experience points, which is great.
Which equals more spell books,
Spellbooks, yep.
which everybody needs so badly. The issue there is that not all countries have sponsored fortress locations.
Right.
So it was viewed as unfair. I'm not even going to give my opinion on it because it's just, there's too much already out there. It's too much controversy, and I don't think that it's helpful to contribute to something that's just dividing everyone right now when
Correct.
this game's supposed to be about uniting people. So
the only thing that I'm just going to add is that it was not announced or communicated by the companies, Niantic or WB, as part of the promo for the day. And I think that was probably not a great communication strategy. I don't know if they were trying to have a special thing that maybe some people could find. I don't know.
Or if they were testing
exactly. I don't know if
a feature. I don't know.
Yep.
Constructively, what would be cool in the future is if they want to do this, and it sort of be like sporadic and like, oh, we don't know. It would be maybe to have it at all sponsored locations, but then sporadically at other random fortresses throughout, so that everyone has an equal opportunity to be able to get that bonus. I think
for countries that have the sponsored locations, cool. For those that aren't able or don't have the sponsored locations, I think sporadically putting them at fortresses with those bonuses is probably a good idea. Anyway, we just wanted to say, hey, if you were able to get some
I want to
extra
say, hey,
experience,
we know about it, and we're avoiding it for a reason.
Exactly. Let's move on. Upcoming brilliant event. Brilliant. So this is going to be Fighting Forces. For October, the brilliant event. It's Fighting Forces. It's a two-parter. It's interesting because it's another two-parter. Mm-hmm. We didn't have one in September.
Right.
I don't understand why that didn't happen, but it's another two-parter. It's in October. The first part is from October 8th through the 14th, and the second part is the 22nd through the 28th, which potentially there's a chance that the Community Day for October may be in that same week. I know the last month's Community Day in August
fell in the second part.
Fell into that second part as well. But there's also a weekend between those two weeks, I think.
September, October. Okay, so the 8th through the 14th.
And then
it's a Tuesday through a Monday.
So the weekend of the 19th and 20th could be another target for the Community Day. So we'll see. They haven't announced it, but anyway,
we don't have really any details about it. Orange Wizard, who we use for all of our graphics, fantastic. Notice that he put in a
Oddity family logo.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows something that I don't know, but does that mean that it's going to be oddities?
It was also mentioned in I think Animagus' video. He used an oddity symbol as well. We probably just missed the official announcement from Phases. I know Phases announces these things on Discord. It probably had a little bit more info than what we've seen so far, but I'm assuming, since I'm seeing it consistently through other content creators, that it's going to be featuring the Oddity family, which is going to be cool because we're going to actually have
and it's Halloween month.
So
is this a Halloween event? Will this brilliant event be our Halloween event? I guess was my first question. Mm-hmm. And if so, are we going to see these oddities that we're fighting? That's very Halloweenish, right?
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant versions. Which one would you want to see?
Oh man, let's stick with the Halloween theme here. Let's go. I want to see the leprechaun. That seems very Halloween. He's trying to steal.
Doesn't feel Halloween. That feels like St. Patrick's Day.
That does feel like St. Patrick's Day.
I was thinking of vampire. So they would be like Twilight vampires.
Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
But
sparkling.
Crossover.
And there you go.
It could be a Halloween event.
But I hate those vampires. I think that they seem like real douchebags.
They seem too cool to be there.
Yeah.
They're like,
I can't stand him. I'm like, you were a frat dude, weren't you?
Yeah, he totally was. So we actually may have some speculation on some Halloween ideas in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, so we'll do that maybe next week.
Yeah, it's coming up. We're entering October. So we'll talk about that on an upcoming episode. The cool thing that you guys always know with these brilliant events is they will give you access to more green books, the restricted section books for your...
Looking like 30-ish?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
it should be
30s?
about 30. Yep, between the two events. So, and then we're also going to be able to unlock a new port key location.
Ooh.
I love these port key locations. It's like one of the coolest parts of the game.
My favorite one still is Honeydukes.
Honey,
It just makes me feel so happy when I walk in it.
I don't think I've opened a Honeydukes yet.
Oh,
Is
really?
that weird? Am I missing out? I usually don't target the 10Ks though, because I normally don't have silver keys. So I don't want to waste my gold key on a 10K.
So what I do now is I
Yeah.
only keep one portmanteau, and I only use my gold key.
Yeah.
That's why I always have so many more silver keys than you come brilliant events. But then I don't want to have like a big backlog of portmanteaus that haven't been opened. So I only do one at a time. So if I get a 10, that's what I'm opening with my gold. So then I always have that open, all those slots open. If a brilliant event starts,
Gotcha.
then like I've got them all
You know what
open.
I've noticed recently too, and this may have been an addition, or maybe just been something that I didn't really know, but since I didn't know, maybe somebody else here doesn't know. If you open a port key with a gold key, you do not have to open that port key, to then use that gold key on another portmanteau. So it actually gives you that gold key back.
Okay, I did not know that.
Right, I didn't either.
know that.
So I have like 4 port keys waiting for me to open, but it's consistent. It's letting me use that gold key again on the next portmanteau in the list. So I don't have to open the port key in order to use the gold key that I just used to open that first one. So just a little note for you there. You don't have to use that. You don't have to open up the port key to be able to use the key on another portmanteau.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Little helpful tip in the middle of the episode.
Should we
there.
share the location?
Yeah.
Or is that spoilery?
So, spoiler alert, if you do not want to know what this port key location is, you can skip forward 10 seconds on your podcast app because Britt is about to announce it right now.
It is Grimald Place.
Oh, what a great location.
Very cool.
So it's going to tie in a little bit with the Order of the Phoenix, right?
The Black family.
Yes. Oh, Sirius Black is the best.
So hopefully we'll see on the wall like the
the tree.
family tree.
That would be really cool if that was part of it.
we said 10 seconds. We need to move on.
Yep,
'Cause
we're
they
moving on.
skipped
Sorry.
forward.
Hopefully you did not hear that last part. Let's move on to the next section.
Doo-doo-doo.
Did you just do ESPN?
Sorry.
Alright, so update 2.4 for this game. This is a big quality of life update for users playing this game. Like,
Yep.
big time. Just before we dive into a lot of these, we're going to shout out the Orange Wizard again. He creates so much amazing graphics that he has an Instagram account and a Twitter account. Go follow him. It's Orange Wizard.
So easy to read.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I want to be him when I grow up. It's Orange Wizard 2019. Go check it out. So one of the main attractions to this update for me is the ability to skip the catch or return animation in this game if you already have a fragment.
Right. So you've got to have a fragment. You've at least got to see one. So, like, suck it up. You got to at least watch one of them. But after that, you can skip forward. So if you're a grinder,
Yep.
if you on the grind,
You on the grind like the high school dance, right?
yeah, then you can just skip on forward.
Now, this is cool because, one, it lets the hard-working developers and creators of this game that created all the sound effects and the animation.
Oh, man.
You get your one time in the highlight reel there. You're going to be able to experience that once, which is good. It makes them feel happy that they're not getting skipped constantly.
You know which one I won't skip?
Which one?
McGonagall dancing. I won't
yes.
skip that one.
I
like
also
that.
like the Dementor.
I'm like, boogie down, baby.
The Dementor that has the pink dress on.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like
That's
that
a
one
good
a lot.
one. But you can also skip the animation on the greenhouses where the pots shuffle.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that until I just
Sounds
read
like
this.
a new dance. The greenhouse pot shuffle.
That's an interesting name for a dance. So the shuffling there before you swipe up, you can skip that?
I haven't done it yet because I don't usually go to greenhouses.
I actually
but
really
I read
like that
on Orange Wizard's graphics, so that's where I got that.
I love that actually, because I hate having to wait on that while I'm walking by a greenhouse. We also have a new photo addition to photo mode. We got Bogrod the Goblin. We can now take pictures with our best friend Bogrod.
Is it Bogrod or Bogrod?
Bogrod. I think I'm going Bogrod. That sounds like
it sounds.
That sounds like Lord of the Rings ish. So I'm going to go with Bogrod. We're probably wrong, and I'm sure people will let us know in the comments below. But that goblin, that cool little dude, you're able to take photos with him from your registry now.
There you go.
Another quality of life improvement here with the port keys. So if you have a ton of silver keys going on, 10K portmanteaus, and they all unlock at the same time, before this update, you would receive 5 port key unlock notifications back to back to back.
It's a little redundant.
Little bit. Now we're only going to get one. It's going to say, hey, guess what? You've got 5 port keys available for you to use. Click this one button to go to see them.
Yeah, I like that. Appreciate
I like that. It's going to save some time for sure. And also, the port key reward screen will now show up if you happen to accidentally leave, or if you just don't have time to do it and you have to leave.
I'm sorry, the baby just burped.
There was a burp there. Interested to see if that came through. But now the reward screen will show up. So, a little self-assurance there. Like, you didn't lose the stuff that you've already collected. It's going to show you.
Well, and I just want to see what it is.
Yep.
So that's perfect. Glad that they put that in there.
I guess with the event port keys especially, you like with the dragon eggs and stuff, you didn't really know if you got that dragon egg at the end,
right,
or not. So you had to go and find it in your registry. So
yeah. Now, if you have what I like to call red dot anxiety, then this next one is for you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You do not have red dot anxiety, I'm assuming, right? Because if I look at your phone right now, and I see all of the notifications that you have on your phone from all the different apps, all the different emails.
Over 90,000 unread emails.
90,000?
Yeah, it's a problem.
That's a
How are you going to clear out 90,000? I'd have to start over again.
I wish there was just a mass like mark red. And then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right? So, Facebook has that option.
Right.
But anyway, so if you have red dot anxiety, you will be happy to know that you will no longer have a red dot on every frame and sticker and stuff in the Portrait ID section. So
that's really cool, because that does bug me a little bit, that I want to clear that red dot off and then I have to find what is new. So big improvement there as well. One other thing that I have been bothered about is when I'm trying to decide what of the 5 badges I want to display on my ID, I've kind of lost track of what each of them mean, like what I accomplished to receive that badge. And now you can tap and hold those badges and find out what the achievement was. So I want to display the coolest achievements on my ID.
I like that, but I don't like it, because let me tell you what I've been doing.
Oh.
I can't remember any of them. So I made stuff up for them. So in my head, I just made them up. Like there's like a greenhouse one, and I'm like, that means I remembered to water my houseplants this week and didn't kill anything.
Oh, that's great.
So I like to use them as my adult merit badges. Like, I put on pants today, or I gave it a good effort, or I made dinner for everyone and nobody got food poisoning.
I like it. They should have like a pancake badge that we can do for that, for the Hufflepuffs out there.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I like that. They also updated, there was a glitch with the SOS task list where you had to be grouped up with 3 people and complete a fortress. So I heard a lot of requests, or a lot of complaints from people saying that it's not registering that they are completing these fortresses with 3 other people, and it should, and it's preventing them from continuing through the SOS task list. Now that's fixed. Woohoo! So you can actually continue through that task list on the SOS tab of your registry.
Small one, they fixed the profession grade color. So when you go into a fortress to battle and it says this is what the recommended grade was, if you are a level 11 magizoologist and it said that you needed to be a 10, it still read as red.
Right. Well, I think
the color was
the biggest issue, and I think the biggest issue was that even if you were at the same level Yeah, you just said it. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. It was registering that if you were a level 11 Magizoologist and was recommending a level 11, it was still showing up as red, even though you were at the recommended level. So that's fixed. The one last issue that they were able to fix is the asset downloads. There was some notifications coming through the game that said you did not have enough space to download the assets.
Even if you did have enough space.
Right. Now that is
that's
fixed.
And also, fun fact, there's new assets to download. So if you are one of those people that actually has space on your phone, not like myself, go and download the new assets.
We wouldn't know those problems because we have the bigger problem of an old phone that doesn't have enough space to download the assets. So
the notification was real on ours.
Exactly. So out of these, real quick, what's your highest ranked update?
Oh, the animation. Being able to skip the animation. I think that's what everybody's is going to be.
Saving time is huge in this game. All right, let's move on to the quick tip of the week. Britt, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, so this is not from us. This is from Overflow 4487 on Twitter. We got to hang out with him at FanFest on WooTuber Hill. There's some good memories there.
Hashtag
on WooTuber Hill. Yeah, so he said on Twitter, and I thought this was fantastic. Note of warning. Do not ignore or put off your fortress battles. You will eventually need to do a ton of fortress battles for fragments to complete pages. Don't be me. Don't wait until that's all you need to complete multiple pages and then be stuck grinding, which is exactly what I have done.
Yep. It's tough with a baby, and it's tough with running the other kids around to be able to find time to sit down and do fortresses.
Yeah, and so now I can't prestige several pages because I'm like, are you freaking serious?
But now it's like all we need to do. So anyway, great tip from Overflow. Cool guy too. I'm glad we got to meet him and hang out with him at
Yeah,
Wolf
he's
Fest.
cool. Go follow him on Twitter.
Yep. So let's move in as we end every episode with random questions for the day.
I got to pick them this time.
Britt got to pick these.
I only did one Would You Rather this time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so here's your first one.
Okay.
Would you rather have one life that lasted 1,000 years or live 10 lives that lasted 100 years each?
Wow.
That's a big question.
That's a deep question. So do I know... If I picked the second one, live 10 lives that last 100 years each, do I know about the other 9 lives while I'm alive? Like, if I'm on my 10th life, can I recall the other 9?
No, I don't think it works. Well, so maybe this is like, the belief of reincarnation, and you might have, like, some...
Deja vu?
Yeah, memories of past lives. But, no, like, generally, you're not aware of that. So one life that lasts 1,000 years or 10 that last 100 years.
I think I want to go with chance here, because if I pick one life that lasts 1,000 years, what if I pick a life what if I end up in a life that is just miserable and it's a whole 1,000 years and I'm old and like, oh man, this is a really bad life. If I pick 10 lives that are 100 years each, I get a little variety in there. I probably get to experience different things with each life. And if somehow I can go, hey, I kind of remember this happening.
A little bit of variety.
Yeah. Now, what if I got reincarnated as a cat? Is that an option?
Yeah, it's not cat life. This is just people lives.
Well, I'm just wondering.
10 people lives.
Because cat life, just being like a cat seems very appealing.
It would be.
Cool.
It would be, except our cat.
That's true. So what did you pick? What would you pick out of these
two? At first I was like, I want to do 1,000 years and be very like wise sensei.
Right.
But then I'm like, I don't know that I'm aging well as it is. I look like that Russian hag in the game by the time I hit like 100. I don't want to look like that forever. So I'm just going to go 10 lives and I'm going to get like a reboot.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like that. It gives you a chance at having a different experience each time instead of being stuck in the same one for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Though it would be cool though to be like Gandalf and just be all knowing everything and people come to you for things.
I mean, that would be cool. But I'm going to take my chances that one of those I'm going to be a Victoria's Secret model.
I will take that chance as well. I want to be a Victoria's Secret model.
You could be a lady.
I would love that. That'd be cool.
Okay, so your second one is not a would you rather. It is, what is your favorite board game? We play a lot of board games.
Very important qualifying question on this. Do trading card games
deck building
count?
games do not count. I'm talking board games.
So I can't pick Magic the Gathering?
No. I knew that's what you would pick. So, no.
All deck building games? So like Smash Up?
Yeah, no, those aren't board games. Those are like deck building games. It's totally different.
We're talking like classic board game.
It doesn't have to be classic. Just, I'm talking
Gotcha.
a board game.
Man, you put me on the spot with this one because my go-to on this question is always like Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
It's a great game.
Do you want to know mine?
Yeah, tell me yours while I'm thinking
Mine
of mine.
would be Ticket to Ride. Because
that's great.
Because I always beat you, and
Yeah.
I love winning.
That's a great one.
I'm a sore loser.
Now, that may be why it's not popping into my memory as my favorite game because
you've never won.
I don't think I've ever beat you in Ticket to Ride.
I am so good at that game.
I think I would have to go with something like Catan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Catan is just fun. There's a lot of strategy.
A lot of strategery.
A lot of strategery. And I will just give a quick shout out too to the cooperative Harry Potter board game.
Oh, that's a fun game.
Which is really fun, but we tend to not like cooperative games in this
I
house.
I want to beat
Yeah.
somebody. I don't want to help
we get
you.
kind
I don't
of-
want to work as a team. I'm not a team kind of player.
I can see that. So we actually get pretty competitive in our games in the house. So
That we do.
We want to beat each other, not
You know
work
what
together.
other one is really good is Kahuna. That is a 2-player game. It is so simple and so fantastic.
Yep.
So we're like board game nerds.
Yeah, we love board games. So it took me.
So
a
is
minute.
Lady Brittany. Found that out this week.
Oh, nice. All right. Just a real quick shout out too. If you like deck building games, Smash Up is definitely would have been on my radar as a pick as well. So that's kind of a board game. Come on.
It's not. There's not a board in it.
But that you'd play. Yeah. Okay. I see.
On to the next question.
On to the next one.
This one should be easier. What is your favorite froyo topping? Everybody loves froyo.
What is your favorite froyo flavor ice cream?
Just chocolate.
Just chocolate.
Or chocolate, or like a coffee.
I'm actually shocked because you
Because
usually...
I put very little froyo in it, and most of my cup is just toppings.
See, I'm the opposite. I put mostly froyo in it. I want the chocolate ice cream. My favorite ice cream of all time, hands down, is chocolate.
So lame.
It's just delicious. And then when I have the ability to have a lot of that froyo chocolate with some crushed up Oreos on top, oh, that's some good belly time there. That's some good belly time.
It's a little sweet for me. I like fruit, just tons and tons and tons of fruit in my froyo. Like it's mostly fruit and then a little bit of froyo.
Strawberries is probably your top.
Blackberries.
Blackberries is your top. Okay,
I like blackberries.
I see you. Yeah, I could just go to froyo places and just get the cup of chocolate froyo and walk out and be satisfied.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love chocolate ice cream. It's so good. I like ice cream in general.
Well, there you go. Sign us off, Mike.
All right, so thank you guys for listening. This is another episode of the Wizard's Guide. Olivette is saying hello. I don't know if you can hear her.
She's like,
hello, you should end this podcast now. Thanks for listening. Please leave us a review if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts. It helps us out a ton. If you did not like this episode, then leave us a 5-star review anyway. We'll give you a thumbs up. Imaginary, you won't see it, but we are. Leave us a comment on SoundCloud if you're listening to it there, or on YouTube below. Answer those questions that we just went through, the random questions of the day. Let us know what you would have picked on those questions. And as always, check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheWizardsGuide. Check out our Twitter account. We try to update everybody as soon as we got information on the Wizards Unite game over there at twitter.com/TheWizardsGuide.
There you go.
Any other sign-offs that you want to
That is it. Check us out next week. We're going to talk about what could happen in the game for Halloween.
All right, thanks guys for listening. Have a great week.